In this video, I want to show you how you can record a virtual interview so that you're getting the best quality possible. Not all interviewees are going to look and sound as good as this. You almost have to assume that they're going to be dialing in from a crappy webcam, poor lighting, poor sound, and really trying to make the most of those situations. Now, here's a situation where the interviewee only has their laptop, they're only able to put it on their desk, and they're not able to raise it up. And so what you're seeing is obviously a lot of the ceiling, and you're also seeing up my nose, and it's not a very favorable angle. You can ask the recipient to try and prop their laptop up so that at least they're looking at a normal eye line, and obviously you're starting to see other things in the background, but you can control those in most cases. So it does actually make things a little bit easier. In a lot of cases, when you're recording your interviews, you won't get access to proper lighting. And I just want to show you some of the situations that you might be in and how you can quickly rectify that with a quick, simple change that will give you a far better result. So this is natural light only from outside. And as you can see, it's a pretty horrible backlight. There is no front light on me, so I'm virtually in silhouette. But as soon as I turn my laptop around, you'll start to see it all change. Now, this is front lighting. I'm popping out from the background, and now people can see me. Now, if we play the same scenario, but with the house lights on, you can see that I can point in any direction, and at least my face is nicely lit. There's going to be some situations where the laptop is just not very good quality, and you might have dropouts, you might be hearing fan noise. Go ahead and shut your laptop. See if you can actually get them to dial in on their iPhone. Now, you can see it's considerably better already, and that's just because the tech in an iPhone or a smartphone is far better at the moment than it is in laptops. Not only that, but the user is typically only like a foot away from the screen. And so framing and the pickup of the mic is also a lot better just coming from an iPhone. There is no fan noise to consider and worry about. The other thing you've got to consider is the camera shake and the fact that the camera's not, in most cases, locked off, but they could put it up on a bookshelf or something like that to get it more stable. When it comes to eye lines, obviously with the Prompter Max, I'm giving you all of my attention right now, but often your interviewees will be looking down at their laptop or they'll be looking off to the side, and they won't automatically know what really looks good for the interview. And by default, if you can get them looking at the lens, then that is going to be a key. Now, it's not natural for them to do that, so it will require a little bit of training from you, perhaps a couple of guides to help them throughout the interview to look down the lens, and also suggest that you can actually put a little arrow on a post-it note and stick it on to where the lens is, so that they know to keep focusing on the lens as their point of contact. In the situation that the interviewee is dialed in from their video conferencing unit in their boardroom, if you can imagine a big boardroom table in front of me here, you can see I'm small in frame, and also I'm a long way away in some cases to the microphone. The microphone might be on the boardroom table or whatever. Look, what we really encourage is to get that interviewee to just come as close to the lens as possible, frame them up, get them organized. Again, if you revert back to the video that I talk about in terms of thirds, to get them positioned the way that you want, and also they'll be closer to the microphone in most cases. They'll also get that better pickup from the mic, which is all good. When it comes to recording good, clean audio, we do recommend that interviewees wear headphones. They don't need a microphone necessarily in it, but they have their headphones on so that they can hear you. But there's no chance of that recording coming back, feeding back through the microphone and doing sort of like an echoey loop type thing. We like to avoid Bluetooth tech. It's just unreliable. It doesn't always work. It drops out, requires batteries, all those things that are going to stop you from getting the recording that you want. Also, when you are asking questions or recording in any way, you want to mute the people that aren't speaking, and that can be a really good thing so that you don't hear any interference coming through. Now, make sure you check out the other videos in this portal for correctly lighting, correctly getting the most out of your microphone, and framing your camera for a perfect interview.